Hi all, I just want to do a video about the people that you place yourself around. Basically, it's very important who we place ourselves around, and sometimes it's hard to figure out who is good to be around and who's not, and sometimes we don't have much of a choice in who we have in our life and who we don't. So, for example, mum, a dad, a brother, a sister, a baby father or a baby mother. These are very important people that belong into our life, and sometimes it's not very easy to get them to be the way we would like them to be, especially when it comes to positive and negative. And I have suffered from the day I was born. Basically, I was born into an very abusive household, and then I moved on to my grandparents, and they weren't as abusive, but they was very much in a lot of turmoil in their own life, so there was a lot of noise in the house a lot of the time, a lot of hierarchies as well. Everybody wanted to be boss, and I was one of the youngest, so everybody bossed me about. So basically later on in life I suffered anxiety, panic attacks, low self-esteem, I lacked confidence, and I'm still on a journey on wondering how to get rid of it, because I don't know how. At the time I didn't know how it happened. I was always blaming myself. I always thought I was stupid, but I had to get a lot of therapy. A lot of people didn't understand me as a person either, because they probably just thought, oh, Sharina's just being stupid and she's looking for attention, as they think mental health people are. But I tell you something, it's very, very real what I went through, and because it's inside the head and nobody can see it, you either get called names that you're a mental head case, or she's just mad, and people just throw that one away. Oh, she's just mad, leave her to it. But I just boil it down to those sort of people that talk like that are the bullies. They're the bullies. They're the ones that made me have the mental illness in the first place. So if anyone's got that kind of perspective, they're negative as far as I'm concerned, because what I got to find out later on is because of all the shouting and because of all the bullying and all the name calling, on why I ended up so unwell in the first place. And I went into shock with it all. Then I had 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, and the relationships, again, the men, because they're 2 different dads, because I had to move on from the first one. Very controlling, the first one, and he just had to be in charge all the time. And I was a very quiet, placid person, didn't really, speak out at the time, and this person was constantly just bossing me around every single day. This person had OCD, and he had to have his dishwasher packed a certain way, and every day this person was putting me down, and I never really was a person to speak out, to the point it got to where I got fed up of this person, and then I did start speaking out, but I couldn't understand why this person was constantly criticising me. But you know what? This person was like this probably from a very young age, because then he told me that his mum used to put him down. So it's a cycle that continued inside of him. So it's like a vicious circle. I believe there's more negative people out there more than positive, because I spend most of my time by myself nowadays. I don't really tend to associate with much people anymore, because I've had friends that just want to be, in charge. Like, I've had quite a few friends, and every single one of them wanted to, be like my boss or something. And every time I spoke out and said we're supposed to just be friends, and we're supposed to, just get along and have a laugh and joke, they had this hierarchy kind of figure inside of them, and they would use that same tactic in criticising. And I had to go through all of my friends, through all of my family, and I had to explain to them that basically I've had 2 breakdowns because people criticise too much, and people are too openly critical. And I don't believe anybody should be criticising anybody unless the person has done something to them openly, just to reflect on someone else's character. Say if somebody else has maybe used you for something, because I can tell you a story about that one all day long, because I've been used as well by my daughter's baby father, and he denies it to this day, but I know he used me. Yeah. And I was open, and I said, I don't mind in helping you, and that'll be another story I will be talking about. But there is so much deceitful minds out there. I think there's more deceitful minds out there than there's not. And they see a good person, and they think they can go and like, oh, she's nice, so I can do what I want to this person. And nice people are not vulnerable. Nice people are not stupid. Nice people just like being nice, and nice people just like helping people. But I think a person of negativity thinks that, oh, this is a time for us to rule that person. And if we could just get rid of these sort of minds on this earth, this world would be such a fantastic place to live on. So people, be careful who you associate yourself with, because I've been among many, many negative minds where if I've spoken to these people and they've obviously lied and denied who they are, and I always get the, oh, you think you know everything. This is when I know that person's a negative, because they come with the same lines all of the time, and they always come, you think you know everything, and you can't read my mind. And I said, you know what? I can tell the difference between positive and negative. It's very simple. It's just as simple as that. I know the difference between a scowling face and a smiling face, and that is very simple to work out. What makes me out to know everything when we just have two sides, positive or negative? And if someone is having a bad day, or if someone's not in a very good mood that day, just explain it like me. If I'm not feeling happy that day, I don't feel proud to not tell that person. I will say I'm feeling a little bit down today, and this is why. But you even get the person that's interested, or the negative one would jump on that and start using that as a weapon against me to try and weaken me even further. And I'm really in quite a lot of shock that these people exist, and I've come across many people that are like that, because I always felt very, very down. And the speech of people are, and back in the days, which they try to deny, I think it's a lot to do with negative people rising. Why so much negative people rose is because they made out positive people to be weak, and they really done a working on positive people's mindset to make us out to be something that we wasn't, called manipulation. And so there is so much information out there for people like myself, but what I worked it out to be is that negative people built a story for positive people, so we ended up having breakdowns. And negative people rose, because I had to really deeply look into it for 20 years to see why we live in a world where there is so many negative people rising, e.g. drug dealers, etc. Why all these people rise, it doesn't make sense, because they know how to give good people breakdowns. Do you understand? And it's really serious in what is happening, because I'm scared for my children's future. I don't want them backing up with somebody that is going to be manipulative and deceitful and lying to them and making them out to be something they're not. I don't believe anyone has the right to tell somebody else that they are e.g. nasty when they're telling a lie. Because I can't give an example, because so much things have been told to me about myself that had not been true, just because that other person was trying to give me a breakdown. I was told by one of my son's baby father that I'm going to give you a breakdown and I'm going to put you in hospital. So he knew psychologically how to give me a breakdown in my mind. And I said, that is a very nasty thing to do, to somebody that basically is just trying to show that person how to be a good person. And this person was refusing in changing his ways towards me, and all he wanted to do was scream and shout at me all day long. And all I did say to him is, can you not do that to me anymore? So all I'm saying to you, I've come through it, but I still go through it. I just had to cut off my daughter's baby father this week because I helped him get his stay in the country. And you have to be careful about people that are looking for their stay in the country. Are they genuine or are they not? So I helped him. 10 years it took him to get his stay because I was not willing to help him in the beginning. But I just said to myself, let me just help this person. Because, you know, I don't want to be at fault for my daughter not having her dad here. So, and we have not been in a relationship, and I had a feeling that he was just using me for that. But I said to him, I will help you regardless, you don't need to use him. But he still kept going with his story. He's living with another woman. You know, he's got about 5 kids as well. And I was very aware that this person was using me, but he still denies it to this very day. And doesn't bother me because he's only deceiving himself. Oh, but as soon as he got his stay, what do you think he's gonna done? Switched on me, started being nasty again. I said, you've uncovered your acting again, isn't it? I said, if you think you're going to start putting me down after I've helped you, you've got another thing coming. I said, it's best that me and you do never ever talk to one another again, because I helped you get your stay. Your daughter has helped you get your stay. You haven't been much of a father to her, and I know that you've just used us to get your stay, and you will continuously keep denying it because you're trying to give yourself a good image. But I know that you have used me and this little girl because you're not with me, yeah, and you hardly come and see your little girl. So you're not, and every month I have to ask for maintenance money, and he doesn't even give us much. And every month I have to keep asking you for maintenance money, and I shouldn't even have to ask you for no money for this child that you brought onto this earth. So he said, I think I know it all, and I'm not a mind reader. I said, your actions have shown me that you are not interested in me, and you're not interested in the child, and you knew what you was doing from the beginning, from when you met me, because you've come to find an English woman to help you get your stay, and he's denied it. So all you women out there, be careful of men as well that want to use you. Be careful of friends that want to be bigger and better than you. Be careful of anybody that is trying to take away your shine because you're just intelligent already all by yourself, and they didn't put in the work that you put in. Be careful of those sort of people, because I have been around so much people held me back because they saw my power, but I didn't see my own power, and they got in before I could do anything about my power. So I just keep myself by myself, and I have to keep cutting people off all the time because they keep seeing that maybe I'm rising, maybe I'm doing something that I need to be doing in this life, to like I'm speaking right now, and I hope it's going to help somebody out there. Watch out for people that want to hinder your success, hinder your progression, and they're all over the place. So just watch out. Watch out for those people that criticize. Give them one chance, no more than one chance. If anyone criticizes the person you are, unless they have to, because you may have done something wrong, and be honest if you have done something wrong to another, and be honest if you're feeling down, be honest about it. If you have bad ill feelings about someone, be honest and find out why you're feeling that way towards someone. But if you're around people that are being negative to you, get away from them, and you're a positive person. Get away from them as quick as you possibly can, because I kept giving people chances, but I couldn't understand because I got put down by my mum as a child. I already had a low self-esteem and I already lacked confidence. So when they spoke to me, my mum had already programmed me to make me out to already be what those nasty people had said that I was, and these nasty people kept coming to me. So I didn't have no belief in myself, and this little light kept showing me that you're a nice person, and this little light kept saying, look at all the nice things you're doing. But because she put so much filth in my mind was programmed to think that I wasn't a good person. So I just want to do this little short video for you, and I'll do other videos about it because it's a very deep subject. but make sure you put yourself around positive vibes at all times. Goodbye.